Hello and welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. My name is Hen and this is Crafting from the Room Closet. Please ignore the state of my nails today. I'm filming late because I've just spent 2 hours looking for nail polish remover. I tidied up a couple of days ago and I've lost it. So you're going to have to put up with the really bad nails. It is what it is. But I couldn't leave it any later to film. Otherwise, I'll never get it edited in time. I'm still pushing it that it will get edited in time for today. I want it out today. So today we're doing Twinchies and Inchies. And what Twinchies and Inchies are little tiny miniature pieces of artwork that you can put into your journals, your scrapbooks, cards, whatever you want. And I'm going to be making them mostly out of images from magazines. Maybe a bit of book page, maybe a bit of junk mail. But that's basically what we're making them out of today. So I may even add some stamping in there. I don't know yet. So first of all, we need a template. We're using a template because it helps us figure out what we want to cut out of the magazines. So we're going to make some templates that are, you want one that's 2-inch square, you want one that's 1-inch square, you want one that's just under 1 inch, I would say at this mark here, tiny one. Oh, obviously, let's go back over here. This mark here. So you're going in 1, 2, 3, 4 from the 1 inch. So what's that? 6/8 of an inch? No, how many? 6/16 of an inch. So 3/8 of an inch. There you go. Having to do maths there. And then I want one. I'm going to do one that's 1.5 inches. And basically, how you do this, I'm going to use this straight line here on this cornflake packet, cereal packet, to as my guide, because it makes life a lot easier. So the 1 inch one, really easy. Mark it at the 0, mark it at that, and then from that line down, I'm going to mark it, get the 0 on there. This ruler doesn't go all the way to the edge. Mark it at there. Hoping you can see this all right. And again, marking it at there. And then just, let's line that up better. Yeah, there we go. Draw your line down. Draw that line down. And then join them together at that mark there. And then you do the same with the other sizes. So the 2-inch one, you mark it down first. Don't need to leave that bigger gap between them. So you get that 0 mark on the edge here. Mark it down to the 2 inches there. Mark it across 2 inches. Mark that down 2 inches. And that will give you that square. I didn't mark there at the 1 inch, did I? At the 0 inch, sorry. Mark that at 0 inch. Okay, so that will give you a square for the 2 inches. And you continue on doing the three sizes. 4 sizes even. Let me mark that. I didn't mark that down there at 2 inches. Hopefully this is straight. I don't think it is, but it doesn't have to be perfection because we're crafting, remember? Oh, that's completely not straight. Let me check that again. That's right there. Oh, no, it's not. Do you know what it's not? Because it didn't go up to there. There we go. There's the 2-inch mark. Okay. There we go. So that line there, not the outside line. And then you do the 1.5 inch. So there. We'll mark here. 0 and 1.5. One and a half. One and a half. Did I put that one up? No, I didn't, see. So it's important to make sure you're marking it in the right place. So they should be right. Down to there. You can use your grid on your thing as well if you've got one to help line it up. And then you've got the last one to do would be the 1 and no, sorry, the 6/8 of an inch, which would be about here. So this one's going to be tiny. You can draw that straight up. Join them two together. Oh, snap my pencil. Draw them two together. And then together there. Perfect. So they're the sizes I want to use today. And what you then get is you get your knife and you cut around the edges. You can use your ruler. I wouldn't necessarily use this plastic ruler, but it just happened to be the one that was handy. But you would cut along your edges. And in true Blue Peter fashion, here's one I made earlier. So, for those that don't know what Blue Peter is, British TV. British TV for under 12s, maybe under 13s, 14s, I don't know. I can't remember when I stopped watching it. So this is how I've cut it out. I can see that one I didn't do straight, and I'm going to just tidy that up a bit, just because it needs to be more square than that. I don't know how I managed to make that so unsquare. I'm just going to trim off a little bit here. There we go. And I just used the plastic ruler and it worked fine. Is that a bit more square? That's a little bit more square. It's probably gone the other way now, but never mind. Right, okay. So, what do we do with this? Well, what we do is we get our junk mail and our magazine images and our, well, we don't need to worry about book page. Let's get some more magazine images. Right. I've got so many bits of magazine here. There's a whole magazine there. Okay, cool. Or most of the magazine. And what you do is you take your template and you look at what you can pull out of the images that looks good. These are your outside frames, the two bigger ones, and these are your inside frames for what we're doing today. So ideally, if you're focusing on an image, you're looking at what fits into here or what fits into here. Nothing on this page is really jumping out to me. Oh, I could get the map of the UK. Don't want that. I could get the word I love. I love them. Not quite fitting, but I could get the word love if I wanted to. And you can really pick anything out. Nothing really jumped out to me on that page. That butterfly is gorgeous, but it doesn't quite fit in this one. And it won't fit in that one. But it doesn't mean that you can't use it, because if you wanted to do just an inchy, you could use it on that one. Still not quite fitting. Because I'm doing double layers Inchies and Twinchies. Twinchies and Inchies. Obviously I've been through this magazine before, and I've picked out that square there, look. And that's that size there. So I could cut that round, and that's quite a nice focus point. I could go there for that one. Quite a nice focus point. There, I did the watering can there. I do need to cut some more out. There I did the raspberries. Yeah. That could look quite nice. You could do something like that. That would look quite nice, even though it's not fully focused. It would look quite nice. Oh, I'm just realising you can't see. There you go. That. So that would look nice there. That would look nice there. You know, just picking out, going around with your frame to see what works. That's quite pretty. I'm going to pop these aside for 1 second. So for backgrounds, you want to go for the bigger ones. See, that look really nice. What I will say with the backgrounds, if you can find the thicker paper, like this leaflet is, it will make it easier in the long run. I might cut some of them out of that, actually. In this background, dark orange would look quite nice. But I've made some earlier. So let's see what I actually need before I do any more. I've got this. This is quite thin. What you could do is back that onto paper to make it thicker. So then you've got, so that's your 2 inch, and this is your 1.5 inch. So that would go on top like that. Yeah. This is a 1 inch square. And this is the smaller one. And so that would go on like that. See? Get the idea? Get the idea. There we go. So I've got, how many 2 inch ones have I got cut? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not one. 5. That was a pot in the magazine. I just really like the texture on it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 of them. And how many of these I've got cut out? 1, 2, 3. Let's put that over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that 8? Oh, there's another one there. 9. So I've got 9 of them. So I need 4 more of the big ones. And backgrounds on the smaller ones, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are paper though, so whereas this is thicker. This is from a cover of the magazine. So what ones are actually cover? That one's not. That one is, that one is. I think that is. Yeah, that's cover, that's cover. That one's not. So put them aside for a moment. That one is, that one is, that one is. So I might actually have enough of the small ones cut out for these. So I've got 5 small ones. Okay, so have you noticed, well, you can't see. Let's put them up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, yeah, so these ones are harder. These ones are soft. This doesn't mean I can't use them. I'm just leaving them at the side for now. Sorry, you can't see what I'm pointing at. These ones are soft. And it doesn't mean I can't use them, just leave them to the side for now. These don't need to be soft. These don't need to be hard. But yeah, if you notice, this one is not an image, but it's just, I love the colours together. So I could still use that, I don't know, onto the blue one, maybe. And then I could add something to it. Add an image to it. So let's play around with what I've got and see what works with what. You don't want it to blend too much in with the black background that you're putting it on. See, that looks good on there, that looks good on there. The moon will look good on the black on the white. Now let's go with these ones up here. What have I got? These are paper as well, so I'm not sure if I'm going to use them. So all 3 of them are paper, whereas these are cover. See the difference? See, that's got a bit of stiffness to it, whereas that's really floppy. So let's pop them to one side. I still probably use them, but I'm not sure yet. But if I was to use them, something like that on there, it just blends a bit too much. Whereas something like that on there stands out. That could look lovely on something like that. Really strong contrast. The moon again on the white, because just I like it. As you can see, I've not even cut them particularly straight, but it doesn't matter. What have I got? Oh, that's up the wrong way. See, that could work on there, even though it's still flowery. It's enough vibrancy to blend away from the background. Or, even better, would be that. See what I'm saying? So you're contrasting, so it doesn't blend in too much. And that could work on there. No, I don't like that on there. What about that one on there? I like it better. I think I'll go with this. What about this one? Yeah. So just play about, see what works best for you. Even something like that on there. We'll see. But let's have a look what else I can get from these magazines. Because I need more. Need more. See, look, that blends a bit too much on that one. It's too close. The green and the flower and the leaves is too close to the background. So I'd need something stronger in the background. So, for example, that in the background. Strange noises. Even though it's still green, it's a deeper green. Right. Anyway, back to the magazines and the leaflets. Let's get some big squares out of this, just because it's a decent size of space. Where did I put my template? Sorry about that. My neighbour decided that was the time to start drilling. So if I go there, and I get my pencil, and I trace the 2-inch square there, and I'll go up here as well. I can go all the way to the edge on that one, couldn't I? Yeah, let's go to the edge, so I've only got to do this corner here. And then, can I get one out of there? No, because then I'm cutting into that balloon. I don't want that balloon there. But I can get one here. What about on the other side? Is there anything cool on the other side? I could get some plain white. Don't know if I want that though. Can I get another big one up here? Yes, I can. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 out of that, of big ones. Can I get a big one in the orange? No. But I can get this size in the orange. Easily. I can get a couple of them probably. But let's just stick with one for now, I think. Or do I want to? Let's get 2. And I'm purposely choosing this for background because it's that little bit stiffer. And then we just get our scissors and cut them out. Try to cut a straight line, unlike me. Well, that's completely crooked, look. Okay, get rid of that. Same with this one here. Cut that off out of the way. Oh. You want to get rid of your pencil marks. That's 2. Most of what's on this background you won't see because we're just creating frames really. Cut that off a minute. Just because it's easier to work with once you've got it down to a small size. A little bit of the pencil mark there, but I can always rub that off. Like so. So I've got 1, 2, 3. From there I've got 1 more to cut out of the bigger ones. See, I went all squirriffy with the pencil line there. It's fine. Get a rubber and rub it out. If you do it in pen, you can't do that, which is what I was doing earlier on when I was cutting out my earlier ones. I was doing it in pen and I couldn't get rid of the lines that I cut, that I drew, and I had to abandon ship on some of the ones, which was really a shame because some of them were really cool. That's that one. I've got a couple of little orange ones here. That doesn't look straight. That one's no good. Look how unstraight that one is. Let's get this one. Yeah, don't let your template move when you're drawing around it. I've got that orange one. And I'm going to draw a small one up here. Just because this is really worth using up as much as possible. If I take it to the corner, and then I have to cut 2 lines. Like so. I'm not going to throw this away because there's still quite a bit on here I can salvage. Maybe do another one there of the small one, because that's so pretty. Again, bring it up to that edge, and then you've only got 3 lines to cut. There you go. So I'll pop that over there. I can still salvage some more out of that. So I've now got 1, 2. Let's move them out of the way. 3, 4. Out of the way. I'm looking for the stiff ones. 5. Fin. 6. 7. These are a bit floppy, so I'm not going to use them for now. So I've got 7 of them ones, and of the bigger ones, I've now got 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I not have more of that? Did I only have 2 originally? I need some more bigger ones then. Let's see what I can salvage to make some more bigger ones. I've got no stiffness on that one. So I've got this back cover. I've got a lovely blue there. Is that going to be big enough to make a bigger one? Let's have a look. Yep. Bring it all right to the edge. And then I've only got 2 lines to cut. Where did I put my pencil? There it is. Actually 3 lines because it's not on the edge, is it? Oh, I could do another one there. See? I don't know why I drew around there. Because I didn't take it all the way to the edge. Oh, there's more. Okay. Well, we'll cut these 2 out for now. Because why not? And anything I don't use today, I can still use in the future. You can cut all these out long in advance and just mix and match and see what works for you. Again, I'm not perfectly cutting. For some reason I can't follow lines. I don't know why, but I can't. But it is what it is. cut along that line. Don't know if you can even see the lines, whether the camera's picking them up or not. Cut along that line there we go. Oh, that's gone completely skew-if. Missed the line altogether. There we go. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 8 of them. And how many of these pictures I've got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I need one more of these size. Yeah, I need one more of that size that is on the stiffer paper. So move them out of the way. I don't need them. So I need one more stiff-sized one. Stiff-sized? You know what I mean. Stiffer paper. I mean, I could get another blue one. I don't want another blue one though. Oh, what about that? The pink. Yeah, let's go for that. There we go. Like I said, these are just the backgrounds, so you're not going to see much of this anyway. So these are what we call Twinchies, because they're 2 inches in size. And then the Inchies are the smaller ones, because they're 1 inch in size. Right, okay. So let's play around with what we've got here for now. I'm going to move all the little ones out of the way for a minute. Right, we've got that one, we've got that one, we've got that one. Look at that. Look at that. How far I missed that line. And that's curved. But hey ho. See if I can straighten that up a little bit. I'm not that worried, to be honest with you. Because that's now no longer an inch, look. But it is what it is. We don't strive for perfection in these circles. If we did, you'd never do anything. Right, let's match up things. I think the strawberry go on there. We already decided the moon's going on the black on the white, didn't we? Yeah. It brings the pink in from the background into the flowers there, look. Oh, that's lovely together. Are we happy with that? Yes, we are. And then all you do, really simple, is you get your glue stick and you stick them on. Glue stick. I could have a bit of paper down instead of getting sticky fingers. Try and get it as centralised as possible. If you wanted to, you can get your trimmer out and trim that up and make it neater. But I don't mind that it's skew-if. I don't mind that my straight lines aren't straight lines. I think it gives it a bit of character. So these are my Twinchies, and I'll do some Inchies in a minute. Yeah, if you don't want sticky fingers like me, put a bit of paper down and glue it onto the paper. Oh, that needs to come down a little bit. There we go. How cute are these? And they're so easy to do. And I'll show you at the end how you can use them in your journals. Well, that needs to go over that way a bit. That's a little bit more central. I'm just wondering, do I like that better on there and that on there? No. I think it was better the way it was. You can add more to these to make them fancier, but you really don't need to. They look like little pictures in frames, little photos in frames. Which way up are you? I think it's that way. This is actually a stiff one. This was taken from a cover. So this one's going to have a bit more weight to it than the others. The last one are the Twinchies. Right, so I'm just going to pop them over to one side, and then we can play about with the Inchies. Let's get rid of some of that glue off my fingers. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, that's floppy. 7. I've got 7 that aren't floppy. Oh, 8. There's a white one as well. And then we've got, how many little ones have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so obviously the moon on the white. That could look quite nice on there. But I also think that looks nice on there. That looks really nice on there, actually. This one, I could go on the green. Yep. Contrasty enough. I've got this. I could go on the dark blue. I don't like that so much. About on the pink. No. About on the orange. Oh. Oh. Just like all them colours clashing. I quite like that. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4 more small ones. So let's get our magazine and have a look, see what we can find. I've got this page here, and I've seen this daffodil. There's my template. So this is the square we're looking for. So I could fit that daffodil, couldn't I? Let's draw around it, see what, and cut it out and see what he looks like. Anything on the other side? No. Don't want faces. I'm just going to try and use up some of the scrappy pages that I've had for a while. That's pretty. So we'll draw around that one. I don't know why I just put the daffodil I just drew around. Well, that's pretty. That's a definite one. See, that would look beautiful in one of these squares. I'm going to cut that. I'm going to do that. Draw it round anyway. I might not use it right now. Anything on the other side? What about the... So they're a little bit too big. There's one. That would work. Let's do you. We've got the... I mean, it's what you feel like works. I don't like that. I think that would look better in that size square. Which you can still do. Just because I'm doing inches and twinchies doesn't mean you can't do any other size. You can do it in between these. Oh, there's my daffodil. Well, I need to keep them. So I cut these out now. Let's cut these out now before I lose them. I'm just hoping they work with the backgrounds I've got. They might not, which means we might not use them. Might have to save them for another background. Was there something on the other side of that one? No, there wasn't. So there's that one. Let's have a look. See, I'm not sure if this works with any of the backgrounds I've got. Maybe that one. Definitely not that one. Maybe the green one. Well, yeah, it works quite well with the light green. So there you go. I've changed my mind about that. I've decided I don't want that one. This one I wanted. Or do I? I don't know now. Let's cut it out and see what it looks like. Oh, let's get on where you can see what I'm doing. Just cutting the bulk off so I can see what I'm doing. Look, I don't know if you can see my pencil lines, but there's my pencil line there. There. And there. Okay. Does that work? Does it work on there? Maybe. Does it work better on the dark blue? Not sure if I like that on any of the backgrounds. What about the pink? No. Okay. So I'll be using that on something else, I guess. Right, let's see what else I've got. And I saw some gorgeous... Oh, look. Isn't he cute? I know I saw some little birds among this lots of... Oh, look at the little hedgehog. See that? Where's my frame gone? Where's my template gone? Keep burying it. Oh, there it is. See that? I'd probably cut out there. How cute would that be? But look, they're pretty. And that would work. I think I'm going to use that. because that would work nice on the pink background, I think. So let's choose you. Cut you out. I can see the lines. I can just about see them. Cutting it a bit bigger than I need it to be, just because. There's the edge there. See? Yeah. How lovely does that look on that background? Absolutely. So I need something. I don't like that on the blue background. No. Oh, that was going to go onto the green, wasn't it? That. And that on the lilac. Yeah. So I need something to go on either of these two. I could go for that in there. Where are we? There's my template. That could look nice, couldn't it? But would it look right on the backgrounds? We'll find out. I think it might look nice on the dark blue. Around roughly like that, just to get rid of that. My lines. It's quite hard. I have to get the light to reflect on the lines. There you go. So that could look good on that. That's for there. What about that? Or that on there? Oh no, I like it better on that actually. So I need something on the dark blue. See what else I've got. And by the way, I've got this leaflet here, and I think this is amazing for cutting out things from. So many lovely patterns on here that I can use, but I'd probably use them elsewhere. That's beautiful colour there, look. It's new Indian restaurant opening, but how amazing is that? This is mostly fruit that I've, flowers that I've cut out on this one. But there's no reason why you can't pick anything to cut out. I mean, you might want carrots. See, there's a bird. That would look lovely in a thing. It's not going to be small enough for what I want now. Pulley cat. Can put pulley cat. There's some little tiny ones. Yeah. Just not quite what I'm looking for. A ladybird. That would look quite cute. That's not a ladybird. It's a red beetle of some sort. It's got no spots. Can't be a ladybird. So I've got the strawberries there. They'd look nice cut out as well. And as I've done the big strawberries, see if I wonder if I could do the little strawberries from down there. Maybe. Oh, don't know about that. Yeah, don't know about that. Well, these are better ones. I'm going to go for them ones. Them ones there. Just draw around that. Oh. Hopefully they look good on there. Yeah. Always look on the other side, see if there's anything you'd like better before you cut out. Right. Let's get rid of all the scraps I don't need. Move them over there. Now, will that work on the... Yes. Let's get sticking. Right, so let's match them all up again so I know which one's going with which. I'm not using that one now, am I? No. That one with that one. That one in that one? Yeah. Yeah, I'm good with that. Let's go. Just, as I said, try and get it as straight as possible. Even if your squares aren't straight in the first place, like mine. Do I hate it? Nah. I like the imperfections. Nobody's perfect, and nor is nature. Nature is absolutely wonderful because of its imperfections. You're getting all philosophical. Philosophical, that's not the word. My tongue doesn't work today. Philosophical, that's the word. I have to think how to say it then. Because I'm using glue stick, I can sort of slide it about a bit. And also because I'm not gluing I'm gluing with my fingers. I also have sticky fingers that can pick things up. There you go. Now this one looks a bit plain because it's just colour on colour. But it can look like a piece of awesome artwork at the same time. Like a sunset, isn't it? That's what it reminds me of, a sunset. There we go. Maybe not. Let's slide you a bit. There we go. That's better. Like I said, these are not perfectly square, so. Oh, wrong end of the glue stick. Let's put the lid back on that now because I think I'm done with it for the moment. Get off me. Don't roll away. Last one. Last but not least. There we go. So, what we've got is some inches. How pretty do they look? And some Twinchies. Oh, stuck them two together. And these are just so pretty and so different. But how can we use them? Right. Let me get a page. Right, let's imagine this is a page in a journal. So I could, with the Twinchies, just pop them on the corner, glue them there, and they're a nice tuck spot. I could do a row of them, like so. Possibly not them together. Just to decorate the page. You could put two of them backed on together, and you could do this with the Inchies as well. On the edge of the page, like so. Glue them there, so they're together, but then there's still a tuck space behind them. You could do the same with the Inchies. You could turn these into little tabs on your page. You could just stick one on, as long as you've got a plain background like that, it'll be fine. Or if you wanted to, you could stick two of them together back to back, like so. So both sides have got a lovely floral tag. What you can also do, so you've got a belly band, not this one, so you've got a plain belly band, you can use them to decorate your belly band. You can either put a couple on, you could do them like this. You could actually glue some together. So if I was to glue these together at different angles, like so, obviously right way up, let's do another floral one, like so. Oh, get off me. As long as they're all glued, they could become your belly band. That makes sense. That'd actually look really good as a belly band, couldn't it? A row of, you know, or a tuck spot on the corner. You know, you could do that on the edge of the page. You could do right on the edge of the page, like so. And have it a tuck there, as long as they're all glued together. Or you could do an angled tuck here. They're glued together, glued here and here, and then underneath there you would tuck whatever you wanted to tuck. So they could be used in all sorts of ways to decorate your journal. They could just be a simple picture in the middle of the page. However you want to use them. These would look great on a narrow band. So I had a narrow belly band. Let's see what I've got that I can. There we go. Let me cut the page. If I was to put a narrow belly band on the page, you could just decorate with the small ones, like so. What else you can do with these, particularly the small ones, is make faux stamps. So what you would do is you would back them onto white paper, which I don't seem to have any of at the moment. Just get that bit of magazine paper. You back them onto white paper, you get your crinkly scissors and cut them around. And then you have fake stamps. And if you've got one of them ink stamps that has the postmark on, you can decorate them with a postmark and make them look like real stamps. So you get your crinkly scissors, cut around, and then you have your faux stamps. So that's what you can do with your Inchies and Twinchies. I hope you've enjoyed just having a bit of a simple, this is such a simple craft to do that doesn't take hardly any time or thought. And if you've got that template made up, I mean, look, that almost looks like a photograph, like you printed out from a photo booth, doesn't it, with the white border. The strawberries and my strawberries together. Oh, they both happen to have a dark border. I didn't realise that. But yeah, you can use them however. In fact, you could put them two together like that. You could also, as I said about putting them on, backing them on the edge, you could hole punch through there and have a dangle hanging from them. So there you go. Inchies and Twinchies. Just have fun making them. These are really simple. You can make them really complicated, but simple is just perfect for me. Bye-bye for now.